The Crop Consultant Conference is the #1 annual event for California's crop advisors, pest control consultants, and certified applicators. California Ag starts with you, and we're proud to support your work. We're giving back to the professionals who keep our ag industry thriving. If you're a WRCCA, PAPA, or CAPCA member, you qualify for an exclusive $50 discount on registration. Sign up now to start earning early access CEUs with new expert-led sessions unlocking every month. Then join us in Visalia on September 24th to 25th, 2025 for 2 days of education, innovation, and industry connection. This is your chance to save. Register this month at myaglife.com/CCC using your association's code. California Ag starts with you, your field, your future, your conference.
Hi, we're in Sacramento at a Women in Tree Nuts event, and I'm here with Ashley and Hannah, and I'm going to have you both introduce yourselves. We'll start with you, Ashley.
Hi, I'm Ashley Hollis. I am one of the founders of Women in Tree Nuts, and I also work with one of our biggest sponsors, Chandler Automation. So shout out to them for all their support throughout the years. Couldn't do this without them.
And I'm Hannah Young. I am also part of the leadership team here at Women in Tree Nuts. My day job is with the American Pistachio Growers, who have also been a great sponsor of Women in Tree Nuts over the years. So second shout out to them as well. And thank you so much for having us.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. So can you just talk about how this program has evolved over the years? I understand you guys have a team working with each other on this. How has it evolved?
Sure. So it's a funny story how we started about 4 years ago, I would say. At first, we started as Women in Almonds, but we quickly realized that we want all women in tree nuts to have a place to come and mix, mingle, feel support, and have a voice. So we changed our name to Women in Tree Nuts, exactly what it says it is. That was the beginning. And we have a great committee of gals that get together to support all of this. I'm so appreciative of all of them. Obviously, we all have full-time jobs, but we love dedicating our time to promote women in this wonderful industry.
I just think it's really important to have a place where we can all network and grow within our careers. And Women in Tree Nuts is really that place, especially in the tree nut commodities, to be able to have gals that you could go to for different career-oriented questions and networking opportunities, and most importantly, friendships that you could see at different trade events.
Yeah. I'm glad that you mentioned friendship because Ashley created these friendship bracelets with your acronym on it. And you mentioned something earlier when you were speaking to the crowd about mentorship. I think there were quite a few young people in the crowd. And maybe just tell me a little bit more about how you hope this is a mentorship program for younger girls coming into the tree nut industry.
Great. Thank you. I had 2 amazing mentors, and honestly, mentors that probably didn't even realize they were mentors, friends that didn't realize they were mentors, people that I mentored that didn't realize that they were mentors to me. Really, this is about supporting each other, learning from each other. No one is in this alone, and you can always lean on a friend in the industry, somebody that knows or has experience in areas that you might not. We want people to be very comfortable in reaching out to each other and finding help when they need it on anything, as it could be you don't know about insurance and there's a wonderful person you met that is heavily involved in the insurance world, or just need advice about how to operate within a trade show. Those kinds of things. And we've found that the younger generation is coming up saying, hey, how do you guys do this? You look so comfortable. They might be uncomfortable at these things. And Hannah's a great example of how you can start at a trade show and end up on stage really leading an industry.
I think one of the more special kind of stories of how Women in Tree Nuts evolved is I met Ashley when I was an intern, just starting out in the industry. So coming very full circle, as Ashley was someone that at the time that we met, I was in college. So in my very first real internship, and we met and then stayed connected. And several years later, when I entered the industry, she was someone I leaned on very heavily for those questions of, I'm putting together a trade show booth. What even do I need to do to make this happen? I think that's really the goal of Women in Tree Nuts, is that foundation of mentorship and creating a community within such a vibrant industry that's growing and more women are getting involved. younger women are getting involved. And we have such a beautiful story of that started way before women in tree nuts were a thing and are just continuing to flourish. So I think that is one of the more special things to have coming out of women in tree nuts.
I was Googling before we did this because I was curious if there was a number that you could put on how many women are in the tree nut industry, and there isn't a number. At least ChatGPT said there isn't. But I think events like this and like organizations like this are helping to amplify the voices. It's a really neat thing you're doing. And I don't know if you want to wrap it up by saying, can we expect any events like this in the near future?
Absolutely. We plan to have a lot more events. We have a big event coming up in October that you'll be hearing more about. Our goal is to be able to host a lot of events, a lot of different opportunities, educational seminars, whatever the industry needs. This is about women in tree nuts. One thing we want people to know is a lot of women say that, oh, I just drive a tractor or I just do the books. And that you don't just do anything. You are a woman in tree nuts, and we want you to be part of this group that we've put together.
We invite all women in the industry, everyone in the industry really, because we can only do as much as we have support to do. You can absolutely find us on our Instagram at Women in Tree Nuts. We have a LinkedIn profile as well by the same name. And of course, reach out to any of us. We are constantly out in the tree nut community at different industry events, and we are always happy to plug Women in Tree Nuts and come up with really great ways to engage the women in the industry and find opportunities where women in tree nuts can have a presence. Please keep us in mind if you have different trade events. We definitely pop up at all of the major trade shows and conferences, so we want to definitely continue to do that. And the more support we have with the greater industry, the more we can do things like this outside of those big events.